Hey folks, I'm John Lee and welcome back to the channel. Okay, so we are now living in quite exciting times. America has a new president-elect, and that means that there's going to be a lot of changes in the America-South Korea relations. And one of the things that can change is about South Korea's possible, and I cannot emphasize this enough, possible future membership in the Quad. Now, the Quad is actually a shortened form for saying the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. Now, the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue is an informal security dialogue group that's composed of the United States, Australia, Japan, and India. Now, this security dialogue is not a formal alliance like NATO, but it is often perceived to be something that's close to NATO, something that could become an Asian NATO, if you will. And it's been designed to sort of contain China's military and economic rise. And of course, China sees it that way too. And so South Korea has not been formally asked to become a member of the Quad, although the United States government under the Donald Trump administration has strongly hinted that it does want South Korea to become a part of the Quad. Now, South Korea does not want to become a Quad for a number of reasons. The chief reason being that China is South Korea's largest and most important trading partner. And so South Korea does not really want to upset China in any sort of way. The Chinese government tends to lash out whenever it feels like the feelings of the Chinese people has been hurt, as the Chinese government frequently likes to say. Now, during the presidential campaign, Joe Biden has not been very specific about what kind of foreign policy he wishes to pursue. And so some people have speculated that Joe Biden might take on a much more friendly approach toward China than Donald J. Trump has been. Now, it might be true, Joe Biden might wish to be a bit more friendly toward China, but it's not entirely clear if a bit more friendly would actually translate to being very friendly. And that's because this antagonistic relationship between the United States and China over the past 4 years has not been only Donald Trump's fault. China, for its part, has also been very antagonistic toward practically everyone. The Chinese government under Xi Jinping has been quite gung-ho about arresting Canadian citizens, about taking over Hong Kong. It has gone into diplomatic spats with other countries. It has almost gone to war with India. The Chinese government has also been antagonistic. And so, Joe Biden, being the kind of person that he is probably likely to seek out cooperation and help from allies. But it's unclear if that multilateral approach means that he is going to just simply abandon the Quad. I don't think that's going to happen. And so the million-dollar question is, will the United States, under the Joe Biden administration, formally ask South Korea to become a member of the Quad? Well, maybe it will, maybe it won't. But if the United States does make that formal request, it will first need to take a few additional steps before it can do that. The most important thing that both the United States and South Korea needs to do immediately after Joe Biden becomes the president is that both countries will need to focus on improving their bilateral relationship with each other. The United States and South Korea's relationship over the past 4 years has been not exactly all that great. Now, we can point to some things like very hostile defense cost sharing negotiations. However, that's just part of the symptoms. Really, the underlying root cause for these rather less than warm relations between these two countries is that both the United States and South Korea have become much more nationalistic over the past few years. But now that Joe Biden is going to become the American president next year, something very rare is about to happen. And that rare event that is about to happen is that for the first time in a very long time, there's going to be a progressive South Korean president and a progressive American president at the same time. So whether we're talking about defense cost sharing negotiations, whether we're talking about free trade, whether we're talking about just standard alliance management, or whether we're talking about having a deal with North Korea, there is a lot of opportunity for the United States and South Korea to really strengthen and deepen the relationship between these two countries. Now, it's not entirely clear how long it will take for all of this to play out, but if or when it does, only then will South Korea and the United States be in that good place where both countries can talk about the possibility of South Korea becoming a member of the Quad. So this is the end of this video. If you like this video, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you have a comment, leave it down below. My name is John Lee, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.